and welcome back to another Jurassic World Evolution 2 live stream. My name is Jens. I am part of the community team here at Frontier, and it is my pleasure to be your host for the next hour or so in this very first community spotlight of 2022, where we're going to be looking at some of the things that you out there in the community have been building and taking pictures of and making and all that good stuff in the past month or so. And the idea is that going forward we're going to be doing these community spotlights at the end of every month to sort of recap what's been happening and, you know, look at some of the cool stuff that everyone out there in the Jurassic World Evolution 2 community have been making and working on. And it is, I'm really looking forward to it. Let's take a quick look in chat to see who we've got here. Heather G is here. Bongo Baggins is here. We've got J Raptor Blue. Shout outs to Cesar Creates over on YouTube chat. Flynn Doto, Polter Boy, lots of lovely folks. So it's been lovely to have you all here, and thank you so much for joining us on this Friday afternoon. I am very lucky to not be here completely alone. I'm not going to be soloing this stream. Thankfully, I'm joined by the one and only Rich Newbold.
Hey everyone.
Game director.
Thank you for having me.
Game director on Jurassic World Evolution 2. Welcome back to the stream.
It's lovely to be here, as always.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
I love it when I get a little message like, do you want to come do a live stream? I'm like, yes, I want to do live streams. They're great.
So yeah, it's always great it's always great to get that response back saying, yeah, of course. I'm always doing a live stream. So how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm very tired this month. I do struggle in January, like that post-Christmas kind of getting yourself geared up for the next year. I do struggle. I'm quite tired. I think Tuesday it all goes away because it's February. And right. It's fine.
Yeah, next Tuesday, I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you meant Tuesdays in general. No. Like the one day of the week.
That's it.
Where Rich Newbold is tired.
And I'm done. But yeah, no, it's really good.
That's great to hear. So, what have you been doing for the past, we know what you've been doing for the past month or so. It's still, working on things. But
it's been great to see all that reception to the update, and the early Cretaceous pack's been so lovely to see what everyone's been building and sharing as well. It's all been great. So yeah.
Definitely, there's a lot of "Hi, Rich, looking good. How Rich, how you doing?" etc. in chat. So that's great. Inkling Zero says, "I finally get to join a full stream from the beginning. What a day! That's amazing. That's amazing." But yeah, have you been keeping up much with community creations and like park builds and
I do. So
and all that stuff?
I'm regularly checking in on the various community pages, the socials, the Reddits, and just to see what everyone's been doing. The team do as well. It's always great to kind of have a quick look and see what everyone's building and see wonderful pictures and YouTube creations of everything. It's really good.
Yeah, definitely.
It's great to see. That's what you're here to make games for. You want to get them into people's hands and see people enjoying them. That's why we're part of the drive to be a game developer is to see what people do with your game and enjoying it. So it's always heartening to see that happen for a while. For a long while you're making the game, and you're hopeful that it will happen, and you think, oh, this will be good. But it's great to see what people have been doing and enjoying. So yeah, it's been great
for sure. Like it really makes me happy as well to just go to Steam, go to Reddit, and all those places, and just see like, oh yeah, here's just a bunch of stuff that people have been making. Like people going, oh, this is my favorite animation, this is my favorite screenshot, this is my favorite dinosaur. Like, oh, I took 2 hours to get this screenshot, but like they got it absolutely perfectly right. I really like to see that stuff. Static Pluto in chat says, I will say I was blown away by Jurassic World Evolution 2, definitely my top game of the year. We love to hear that as well.
Yeah, thank you very much.
I think, top game of the year for us as well. It's been working on it, obviously. the one game for us this.
That's all I can think about. Jurassic World Evolution 2.
Yeah, exactly. Let me just take a quick glance at my plan here. I also wrote down here that Rich introduced himself. We did introduce you, but like as game director, what is your day-to-day like?
Chaotic is how I would describe it. So, for people who don't know, I'm the game director, which means I'm kind of like the point visionary for the game. I identify the game's pillars, and I identify what we're working on, the priorities for the team, what's coming in updates, what's coming in the paid content, and kind of work with the team to make that happen. Basically, it's a very simple description of what I do. It's a lot more complicated than that. But I don't think we have time for a deep dive into how Rich spends his day, week / month. But yeah,
that's always what it is when I try to ask people. So what do you do? Like it's always just like, well, let me explain it in the most basic way.
So
I
like
can.
game director's even harder to describe. Like we've had Amy on these before, and she's an animator, and it's a lot simpler to describe. But game director and Adam as well as executive producer, sometimes our jobs are quite nebulous, and it's kind of what it needs to be in the moment to make the game happen. Whatever its content's going to be, or in Adam's case, making it happen. But yeah, so sometimes when you're put on the spot to describe game director, I do find it quite difficult. I'm just very useful sometimes. But sometimes
you are very useful.
Sometimes.
Like you could come along on these live streams
exactly.
and sit here and talk to me. All right, I think we're gonna get started on the first bit of stuff we picked out. So I went to the usual places. I went to Reddit. I went to our social pages, all that stuff. Gathered some different things up. So first, I think we're gonna take a look at some really, really cool looking park builds.
Cool.
And if I am not mistaken, this first group of screenshots is from, this should be from a Redditor by the name of Doctor Who Cares, which is I'm going to say, this is a pretty decent username. Also, this is their park. This is the Arizona Research Facility. And I mean, what I love about seeing, I love sort of both kinds of park creations, because we have some really big maps in the game, and we have some somewhat more condensed maps as well, and just seeing people use everything for what it's worth, like as you can see here in this quite expansive bird's eye view of this park here.
I really like what they've done, kind of bringing the water into the desert map. So when we designed this map in its original open form without anything in it, we really focused on it being a desert, and kind of how the detail in the back of the maps is going to come through with where the water bodies might have trickled down from the mountain. But I really like the way the water in this is the use of the shallow water or the lagoons. It just makes it brings in that nice blue feeling. It's such a beautiful park.
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of sort of using both the water features and just the lagoons for sort of what it's worth. I also like how they've used the terrain tool to slant the little sort of crevices in there as well, to really give it sort of a valley feel. All right, let's go to the next one. So we're just gonna go through. See, absolutely,
it's
using
huge.
the space.
It's incredible.
What it is.
So sprawling.
Definitely. I think we can go to the next one as well. This would be the Sutramimus Enclosure, and they've got a lot of room to run around in. I think there's plenty of viewing galleries here as well. I also love how they placed. That's the DFW hotel on the side there, if I'm not mistaken. Hotel. I mean, it's more of a barracks, but it's really interesting because, it's set up to be a research facility. So of course they've used most of the DFW buildings, and I really, love seeing this stuff. Let's go to the next one. Tylosaurus Lagoon. Tylosaurus, of course, need a lot of space.
Yes.
So really just expanded all this stuff for what it's worth, and added in the lagoon galleries as well. Would you go into one of these lagoon viewing galleries?
Oh, yeah, because they're safe. This is like a good...
Are they, though?
This is like a good way to enjoy the dinosaurs. Like, it's if it's the park tours that are going through the enclosures, I'm less into those. But these ones, I'm up for these ones. They're good.
Inkling Zero says, I'm drooling at the space for that paddock, the previous screenshot. It looks awesome.
I think I'd be more worried about these because they go under the water level, that if the glass doesn't hold, that might be...
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm thinking, like being lowered down. Yeah. It's like when you're in a shark cage.
Yeah, I'm not for that.
All right, so this would be the open safari plains, where there's Mamenchisaurus, Triceratops, Parasaurolophus, and Ankylosaurus living in harmony. Now, I'm assuming this is a sandbox build, so they can be a bit liberal with what kind of paleobotany features they're using, but just all of it is just incredible.
Yeah, it's a really good park.
Incredibly gorgeous. This is the Stygimoloch, Nigersaurus, and Kentrosaurus enclosure.
Looks like they've got a park tour going through it as well, which is quite nice.
Yes, and I think it also goes through several enclosures, because you can see it
you've got the in and the out gate. Yeah,
and I really like the wavy fence design on this stuff as well, because I know at least both you and I'm
enjoying the curves of the fences are quite pleasing. They're clearly something I will never achieve. My fence design is never to use the curves and just be quick and efficient, but I do like the way, especially how it fits in around the aviaries as well.
Yes,
quite
and
nice.
I feel like between the aviary and the enclosure fence, there's sort of almost a staff path.
pathway.
Yeah, like this is where the rangers will drive in to get into where they need to get in. So I think next up is the outside of the aviary, using the space for what it's worth.
Huge.
I think we can go into the next one, which is the inside of the aviary, and I really just love how they framed this shot.
Yeah.
Because it looks incredible, and I didn't find any notes on what kind of flying reptiles they have in there, but I'm assuming there is a lot of them.
Yeah, it's a lovely enclosure for the flying reptiles to live in. It's quite nice.
Definitely. Let's move on. So that's the Spinosaurus ravine.
Ooh, good name.
Absolutely, yeah. I like just the names and all this stuff is really, really good too. Spinosaurus ravine, which I can't see the Spinosaurus in the picture.
But that's a worry.
Which is slightly worrying.
It's always worrying when you can't see the dinosaurs.
But maybe it's hiding behind some trees or something. Next up is the Carnotaurus enclosure. One of them doing, of course, the fantastic sitting animation. That everyone seems to love.
So cute.
I found a thread on Reddit the other day where someone just asked, why are they sitting like that? And I didn't really have an answer other than, everyone loves to sit down.
Well, yeah, we all need to rest.
We all need to sit down and rest now and again.
But I know that the team do a lot of research in real life research into how either animals of the same size or the similar body type would sit, even though it's not, obviously we don't have many bipeds with massive tails like that in real life in our animal kingdom now, but like researching similar animals of different sizes, birds, elephants, right? Anything that exists now can give us information as to how we think dinosaurs could sit in those shapes and sizes. So the animation team do a lot of research to make sure these things are these dinosaurs, these wonderful prehistoric species are
wonderful animals.
They're just believable because we bring these back to life in the game, and we want them to feel like they're real dinosaurs, real animals that you're going to care for as well.
And you see birds sitting like that as well in sort of contemporary times, as it were.
But you also see like cats sitting on their own heads. So sometimes life is really, you got to be careful what reference you use it for.
That's true. That's true. Okay, we can go to the next one. This is the Carcharodontosaurus cliffs. Also a very good name.
Yeah.
And I think next up we have the Baryonyx enclosure. Baryonyx obviously need a lot of space, a lot of water.
Yep.
Some fish feeder, and then finally I think we're coming onto the worker village.
Oh, that's a good.
And one thing I noticed in a lot of these park designs is that there's a lot of park and there's a tiny little area where they sort of put in all the sciencey buildings.
Well, that's how it would be. Real life zoos and wildlife parks, if that's what you'd have. You'd have a little area for the people that are doing the job day to day, and then big open areas for the animals that you're taking care of.
And what I really love about the DFW buildings is I can tell what is what, but it all fits together very cohesively, and I can believe that, even though I know that that's a shelter in the middle there, I can believe it as a sort of an office building, sort of temporary office building for people who are working there.
Yeah, the art team especially spend a lot of time making sure that not just a single building looks good or fits kind of an idea like the DFW, but they all share similar elements, and they're built together to work as a whole like this, so that nothing stands out as being not the same style, but it kind of all fits in, and you can identify key buildings like your expedition centres or your emergency shelters, but aesthetically on a whole they're all very similar and they follow the same kind of direction. So they spend a lot of time making sure that's there.
Hypothetically, Jay in YouTube chat also points out that they placed planters along the roads there to sort of make it a bit more green, a bit more contrasty to the stark desert and everything. So it's really, really, really good. Lucina's Mayale says, the game is beautiful, isn't it, my people? It totally is. Okay. Moving on, we've got, I think this is Jurassic World Appalachia, I think the phrase is. If you go to the next one, Adam. In a second. There we go. Ooh. One of my favorite maps, just from the color alone. This is more of a sort of straight up sort of entertainment place, entertainment park, as you can see. A lot of nice lagoons, almost a sort of Jurassic World-like lagoon in the center there as well. Point. So I guess this would be one of the satellite parks to Jurassic World had everything gone well.
Yeah, we're just going to create one in Pennsylvania because I like this environment from the campaign because of the colours of the trees that we're bringing in. It is fall, it's autumn. Having When I've been to Northeast America at this time of year, the colours of their trees as they change through the fall is incredible. So for us, it was a great opportunity to bring that colour scheme into the Jurassic kind of franchise. So because Jurassic World films and Jurassic World Evolution 1 had tropical islands, we thought this was a great way to bring a temperate environment, and that juxtaposition of the red and the oranges and the opportunity to bring greens and blues in with the lagoons was great. It really makes it a really striking, beautiful park.
For sure. I think we can go to the next picture, which is sort of a entry shopping area, and I think on the next one there's a close-up on that lovely Jurassic Park.
I like the use of the gate. That's a really good way to use it.
Yeah, and I like it as a sort of
yeah.
I'm trying to find the words now. It's sort of a historic, sort of like this is where we came from.
I like that kind of monument to where we started.
Exactly, yes, like historical monument. Almost. A lot of love for this park in chat as well. People saying it looks really cool. Sarib Hader says this gives me some ideas to build a new park. That's really great. So a lot of people really enjoying the look of this park. I think we can go one more on. Yep, look in some of the enclosures here and the valley areas. This is more sort of in our wheelhouse of building enclosures.
Straight edges, that's what I like to see.
Bit more square, a bit more function over form.
You're really struggling with words today.
They're
Friday.
Just there,
Jens. They're just there. You just can't get them.
It's Friday. Brain is just like words.
But I like the stream kind of feel of the water coming through this
absolutely.
one.
And also you can see the sort of double fencing of the tour as well. Like it's going alongside the fence rather than sort of into the thing as well. And it's always a good idea to double fence your at least your carnivores.
The top tip I've been peddling on both games now is always double fence everything.
Let's see. Next up should be the lagoon. Yep, which is I like this. I like this lagoon shape. Like it's different to what I've seen on a lot of other maps, because like I tend to build it as sort of just like a circle or a square. But this is really cool. I think we can go to the next one now, which would be a bird's eye view of the park. There we go, looking lovely as ever. And final one I think should be the T-Rex enclosure. Yeah, I really like this. I really like that picture. It's just a very cool close-up of the two of them, and you can see the DFW logo on the side there because
it's really good.
They've used some DFW building pieces as well. All right, moving on, we can head into Jurassic World Arizona, again using the desert map. It seems to be, I mean, the larger maps seem to be sort of the favorites among the community, which I completely understand.
Especially for if you're building big parks or big sandbox parks, they're there for you to build those in because they're the big open spaces. The smaller ones were predominantly designed for some of the challenge levels because of the puzzle element of those levels. So it's how you put the right things in a smaller map space, but these big levels are perfect for more exploration and the creativity. It's really good.
Priya Story 5 says this is a great looking park. Absolutely. This I think is the arrival point right here. Yeah, and then coming into the first exhibit, which should be Dryosaurus and Compsognathus. And I just love the circular pattern, how it sort of builds off where you come out of the arrival point as well, and just like immediately you've got this nice round open sort of roundabout almost. This would be the central part of the park. It just said lots of dinosaurs live here in the thread.
It's always interesting to see the Innovation Centre, which is predominantly the Jurassic World focal point of Nublar in something that is not that tropical island. So it's always nice to see it in a different place.
Circular paths are definitely impressive. I agree. Someone in chat pointed out. They always come out egg-shaped.
I can't
try to do like a proper actual.
But this is
circle.
I've put this down to my inability to make fences as well. They're very similar tool sets in the game, and I just put like if I can't do one, I probably can't do the other. And
yeah, absolutely.
Straight lines everywhere.
Yes. Moving on, I think this is the hotel lane, which has a view of the Avery. I also really like the monorail going by there, and they've. I actually only noticed this now, that there's a rooftop pool on the hotel.
And my favourite thing about the hotels is when the hotels are put in an environment that's cold, steam comes off the swimming pool.
Really? Yeah. Oh, that's amazing.
When we did that, I was like, oh, that's a nice touch. Just
so
a bit
good.
of steam if you put it in a snowy level, there's like a nice bit of steam on the water.
Oh, I should do that. I haven't built much in the snowy levels. I need to do.
The thought of things that just make you like smile when you're making a game, just like nice little touches that you put in, and you're like, oh, hopefully someone will notice this. And then if they don't notice, you just tell everyone about it on a live stream anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
So, you know.
I mean, but that's the kind of stuff that I love hearing about in game development in general, like the small details that you don't necessarily notice right away, but you sort of subconsciously notice it anyway. And then when someone points it out, you're like, oh yeah, that's a fantastic little detail.
But with that thing, it kind of just brings it to a bigger point, which is like environmental storytelling.
Yes,
like it just helps you set whatever you're building is appropriate. It makes it feel alive or real in the environment it's in. So that's what you would expect a real swimming pool on the balconies to be. Yeah.
James Yito in chat says that these are all amazing and inspire me to change up some things in my sandbox. The community is very creative, absolutely. We've got Swerve here saying, if dinosaurs ever come to life and some madman wants to build a theme park, we should speak to the Jurassic World Evolution community for design ideas.
Yeah, definitely.
For sure. So yeah, this is the east side of the park, and I think it says here that Jay Catteel is the person who made this. Used natural barriers to create an exhibit. So I think if you look at the sort of outer edge there, there's no fences because that's the edge of the map.
That's
so
a good idea.
That sort of counts as being sort of locked into an enclosure.
It will.
Really, really good. Moving on, I think we've got the Spinosaurus exhibit. Yeah, this is behind the Spinosaurus exhibit, which, after you've seen a giant dinosaur, why not
enjoy some shade?
Enjoy a nice meal. I think we can also go to the next one. Yes, this is something that I wanted to mention as well, because I didn't know this, but once you've built a lagoon, you can lower the ground
around it.
Yeah. Which then gives you that really cool sort of fenced look. And this is the screenshot where I noticed this the first time. And apparently this is inspired by Evolution Square, who put up a video detailing exactly how to make this sort of thing. So this is this is a lagoon with then a Spinosaurus exhibit behind it.
Cool.
So basically combining the two things into one. And I think it just looks really, 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 really good. And I think they've also attached some sort of enclosure fencing to the lagoon, so they can then add the viewing towers.
That's a good idea.
Because as far as I'm aware, they don't attach to the lagoon.
Yeah, those viewing galleries are not lagoon viewing galleries, which are the traditional, the more traditional Jurassic World feeling ones. But these ones are the land ones. That's a good idea to get that, so your guests can still see your water reptiles. So yeah, it's a good idea.
Great,
very clever.
Very, very creative stuff. And this is the Spinosaurus exhibit with the viewing galleries and everything that entails, and just like
it's a really good idea to use that lagoon wall as an enclosure wall, as it were. It's a really clever idea of doing it.
For sure. And let's see here. Just going to check my notes real quick. This is the east side of the park with a nice river running through it. You can see part of the lagoon there as well. And I think going into the next slide, this is the west side of the park, Carnivore Lane, as they call it.
Okay.
It's got T-Rex, raptors, and other predators. Call this place home. And lots of viewing galleries, lots of shops, and nice monorail running through it as well. And then I think finally it's the again, as we saw previously, sort of putting all the operations buildings into one place, which is looking really, really cool. And
definitely feels different from the first one that was kind of set in this environment as well, which was using the DFW set. So the feel of each park is different because you're using different building sets, different decoration pieces and that as well, and as well as the layouts as well, and the use of the different tools. It's been really cool.
And my apologies to no wait, never mind, there I didn't say anything wrong earlier. Okay. My bad. So I think the final one comes in to us from Lee H 1989, also on Reddit. Completely different color palette. Went with the tropical one. This is a Jurassic World recreation. I got to say, I mean, well done.
Really good.
Hats off to you, Lee. Yeah, absolutely well done. Incredible stuff.
Yeah, you got that main street, that kind of iconic Jurassic World main street going up to the Innovation Centre, down to the lagoon, and it kind of spiraling off. It's really cool.
Let's see the next one. So this is the entry and the overview. Got the lagoon there, of course, as you should. And I think in the next one, that's the whole park as a sort of a bird's eye view. And on the left there, according to the thread that I found this in, that's the raptor training paddock. That they made.
Incredible. Nicely done.
That's really, really cool. That they sort of carved out a little area for the
they raised it up and it's just up there.
And they've got the aviary on the side there, so hopefully the Indominus Rex isn't coming in to smash it up and let all the
And I was like,
reptiles out.
recreate scenes from the movie in game now, and like, oh yeah, here's what it is.
Yes, I mean that is one of my favorite things to do, and I just see a bunch of threads and a bunch of posts of people just going, all right, this is my recreation, this is my recreation, and it's incredible how possible it is to get it so accurate. I'm just blown away by the amazing creativity and like amazing ability to build that our players are showing. Venom 8144 says it's the most accurate I've seen till now. And there we've got the innovation center in the center. Got some monorails running past it to see the lagoon, see everything. And I think in the final one, that's a closer look on the raptor training paddock.
It's really cool.
Yeah, really, really good. So which one of these would you would you like to visit?
I think maybe this one. I think the Jurassic World recreation, which is essentially me just saying I want to go to Jurassic World, but because the recreation was so good, it's I think definitely that one. I don't really get on with hot weather. Right. So the desert's one.
You're British, so.
Yeah, basically. But this one has a lot of shade, so I can get a nice combination of bit of heat and a lot of shade. But I really like the temperate one. It reminds me of trips to North America, so maybe that one.
Yeah, definitely. And I really, like I said earlier, I really love to see how the community has used some of the tools we've given them in really creative ways. Like, for example, lowering the ground near the
it's really good.
The lagoons, for example, and just sort of using natural barriers as barriers as well, and sort of as fences. So it's been very fun to see all the park buildings that you make, or park builds is what I'm trying to say. So let's, I think we can move on to maybe look at some dinosaurs. But before we do that, we're going to do a giveaway. Because I think it's about time we do a giveaway.
It's been a while.
It's been a short while.
I don't know the last time we did one.
We've got merch cam here. And a regular cam. Awesome. So for this giveaway, we're giving away this amazing looking Jurassic World Evolution 2 backpack. It's got the Fish and Wildlife Service logo from the game. The people that you work for in the campaign. And inside, we've got, let's see what we've got here. We've got this amazing Jurassic World Evolution 2 lined notebook.
Lined.
It's very important to establish that it's lined. We've got the, we've got the Jurassic World Evolution 2 water bottle, also with the logo on the back. And finally, here it is. We've got this Jurassic World Evolution 2 mug, also with the super cool logo on the back there. And this backpack is really big, as you can probably see. So perfect for going on hikes or maybe paleontological digs.
Yeah.
That's how you pronounce it, right?
Yeah, I think you did well with that.
Thank you.
I'm not confident I would say it right. Never mind whether I'm the right person to correct you.
Oh, we got a message from Lee H saying, thank you guys for showing my Jurassic World build. Well, you're welcome. I mean, it was a really cool build. All right, so we need a code word for this. We need something that people can.
Don't look at me.
No.
I'm worst at these. I'm the worst.
Okay, let's just. So if you're in chat right now, whether it be Twitch chat or YouTube chat, type in exclamation point. Just exclamation point JWE. No, you know what? Exclamation point DFW, because it's all Department of Fish and Wildlife.
Yeah.
So exclamation point DFW in chat, and we can let that run for a little bit. Oh yeah, here we go.
Good luck, everyone.
Paleo Sam first to go. Exclamation point DFW. If you post this in chat, you will be entered to win. You only have to post it once, and then we will draw our winner very, very shortly. I'm becoming more and more Norwegian as the stream runs. Just like English, no, bye. But I think as we wait, I think we can take a look at some dinosaur screenshots.
Lovely.
These have been collected from places like Reddit and our forums and a bunch of different places. So let me just double check that I've got all these in the correct order. It seems like I do. This one comes in from FatSeal665 over on Reddit. Lovely Velociraptor screenshot. I really like the sort of the tiger skin.
Yeah, it's a really nice design on this one.
For sure. And it's just seems like it's doing well in this Jurassic Park San Diego.
It fits really well in the deserty feel as well. I know it was originally in the tropical movie one on Saw, and I think this one is, and then but it's really nice.
Yeah, let's take a look at the next one. This one's from David Zoe on our forums, and one of the things that I noticed, at least both around launch and around sort of the time leading up to launch, is we showed off a lot of dinosaur interaction animations, and they still come up a lot from the community. And I think, yeah, this really captures one of those interaction animations in a really nice way. So I wanted to feature it.
Yeah, we have so many different dinosaurs, so many different behaviors, and the animation team tried to create so many different variations of them as well. So there's always something new to probably see when you're watching your dinosaurs in your park. Which
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, we can go to the next one. This is also from David Zoe, just a nice sort of landscape picture and a resting dinosaur, and that gyrosphere in the background as well. Let's jump to the next one from Persian King 44 from our forums. This is the beginning of a whole sort of narrative that they built. Yes, with the... now, please excuse me if I get these names wrong, because sometimes some dinosaurs look a lot like each other. I believe the left one is the Kentrosaurus.
That one does look like the Kentrosaurus, yes.
Who's speaking to the Stegosaurus about basically getting some help. And there's a whole sort of there's a whole sort of comic book of pictures where the Kentrosaurus is learning how to swim.
Oh,
and the Stegosaurus is trying to teach it.
So like we need a bigger Stegosaurus, like something on the top shelf, and the Kentrosaurus can't reach it. It's like, oh, can you just
whip it?
Yeah, can you just hit that shelf? I need to get that off the top. That'd be great.
Yeah, but I like this sort of first meeting kind of screenshot here from Persian King 44. This one is from Mr. Random, which Parasaurolophus at night looks really lovely. I love these sort of peaceful scenes as well. Correction came in. It was a Chunkingosaurus. Apparently. Our apologies. All right, before we move on, I think we can pick the winner of this giveaway. So I'm just going to hold down this button, and that's going to scroll through everyone.
Right, okay.
And then if you can just tell me to stop.
Stop.
And the winner is DBizzle87 over on YouTube. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
I feel like we should have like an applause machine or something.
No, because that'll get really old really quickly.
No, it won't. Absolutely won't. If you are still watching DBizzle, please email us at community@frontier.co.uk with your full name, your address, and your contact telephone number, and you will receive this incredible backpack with the notebook, with the water bottle, and the notebook. No, wait, mug. I mentioned the notebook.
So determined to mention that notebook.
Oh well, yeah. So it's a good notebook.
It is a good notebook.
It's a good notebook. All right. So I think we've got a little bit time left, but I think we can scroll through some of these remaining dinosaur pictures, so we can go to the next one. Yeah, they look adorable when they sleep.
Yeah,
they look really nice.
This one also shows off the pattern exploration we did on these dinosaurs as well. This one's really nice.
Yeah, and I think they're over, 70 different combinations or something?
I believe there's 84 different combinations on nearly every dinosaur between the pattern and skin colours that you can change, I think.
So the next one is from Jura Arena over on our forums. A bit of a fight scene going on here with the Indominus maybe overwhelmed by some raptors or not.
It's a really good shot.
It's a really good shot.
Yeah.
I mean, this is capture mode, obviously, because it's got the
logo.
The logo in the upper left-hand corner. I absolutely adore the capture mode. I think it's an amazing feature. If you're not aware, there's a capture mode in the game where if you go to your pause menu, you can just scroll down, select capture mode, and then you can just select your angle, select your filter, select your time of day. I think.
Yeah, there's lots of different options. You can add some logos, and then you can use the platform tools. So if you have the consoles, you can use those ones to kind of take pictures and share them on your social accounts and stuff. And I'll save them locally as well. So yeah.
Next one comes in from Agreeable Grab from Reddit. This is the Velociraptors, of course, looking how they should, I would say.
They're terrifying.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're pretty good.
All right, we can do two more. This one's from Geiger Jr. Close encounters of the wet yourself kind.
Surely it just must go faster. That's what you call this one.
I mean, yeah, that's true. That's probably...
That's a great action shot. I like
Absolutely. It's really, really good. All right, next one comes in from, I think this is the final one, from Jay Morey. Says it's the coolest screenshot I've ever taken. Now, this is... It looks like it's swimming. It's actually not. It's just lying down in the water. Just lying down,
but it looks ominously like it's swimming.
Yeah. And it is cool to see them sort of just be like, all right, I need to cool down water. At least that's what I'm assuming they're doing. All right, so I think we can take a look at some videos as well. Like some of these will be park building related, but it's just fun to see some of the things that people make. So this first one, if let me just double check my order here. This should be from, this was posted to Reddit by by user Slinky Malinky, I believe is the pronunciation, saying that my 11-year-old son, you can just play it, Adam, we can sort of talk over it, saying that my 11-year-old son is obsessed with Jurassic World Evolution. This is his first video, the first video he's ever made / uploaded. Please send him some love.
That's incredible.
We wanted to send some love to your son because, I mean, look at this, it's amazing. It's 11 years really old. Good. I mean, I'm not saying 11-year-olds are dumb and bad at video games or anything like that.
I was a dumb 11-year-old.
I may have been a dumb one too. But just like, I'm amazed at how just good this looks and how well thought out it all looks. And they've taken the time to like customize all the shops and make sure that everything is sort of in the place.
The circular kind of focal point of having the deck chairs in the middle and having the shops around the side is really smart, and it's really a nice visual as well. It's
really, really impressive stuff, and I just wanted to give them a bit of a shout out. And I think they're, just like it's really, really good video making skills as well. Yeah. I wasn't making YouTube videos when I was 11 for sure.
No, it's definitely a lot nicer than any park I can build.
Yeah. So, Ignition here says Jurassic World Evolution 2 has really good lighting, which I totally agree, and you can see some of it here as well. And just, the symmetry in this is really, really good as well, because you've got the circular focal points in sort of both ends of this park.
Oh, yeah, of course.
As well, and it's just in really, really good stuff. Amazing. Just absolutely.
And you've got like the gates in the middle that you still lead to with the nice big fences as well, using it as a corridor to funnel you in. Yeah, lovely. Yeah.
Dinosaurs on the side there. And just like, how they've used the sort of the decorations, both like along the paths and sort of in the middle there, sort of building up. Like, look at this plaza. Like, this looks so good. This looks incredible. Okay. I think now we can move on to the next one. I believe, this comes in from Cesar Creates, one of our content creators, working on their Sandbox series. And
look how quick they build.
Yeah, they're super fast.
That's incredible.
Well, it's a speed build, obviously.
Oh, okay.
So this is their, I just wanted to give them a shout out on the stream as well. This is their Plaza and Homalocephale enclosure. It is, of course, a Sandbox speed build, but it's. I'm going to link to all of these in the YouTube VOD description for this.
They're making a bicycle.
I think it's either a bicycle or
a pair of glasses.
Eyeglasses. It could be both, or it's just a cool thing that they want to make. But check out Cesar Creates. They have some really, really good speed build videos that you can use to get some inspiration from some of your own stuff. And it definitely looks like eyeglasses, but I think the idea is to have smaller dinosaurs inside the smaller circles, and then basically just using the tools for what they're worth. And I think just this design is very creative and very good looking. Nice. And I wanted to shout out Cesar, and I wanted to shout out all of our amazing content creators as well for all the stuff that they managed to build in the game, basically. Okay. I think now we can head over to the next video, which is from OblibGaming. This is called Islands and Lagoons, and I think this shows how creative some people can be, because it's almost all lagoons. It's just whoops, all lagoon. And all the little islands are connected via monorail.
Okay, well that's amazing.
That's how you get around.
Yeah.
And so some of the islands are enclosures, and some of the islands are sort of shopping areas, what have you. And yeah, like you can see there, there's an aviary on the island.
But so your only way off the island is to use the monorails?
Yes,
Okay.
or the arrival point, basically.
Yeah.
And I think it's really clever to just look at the huge map they got in front of them and just go, you know what, I'm going to fill this with lagoons. Because I'm sure the marine reptiles are having a wonderful time because they've got a lot of space to run around in.
But you could almost just use them as decorative pieces as well. You don't even need to put the marine reptiles in. You can just use them as...
That's true, yeah.
You could just have land dinosaurs, but you'd be using the lagoons as big dividers, like enclosures, really.
For sure. I think this is it's a very neat and creative idea, and I've seen some other content creators play around with this as well. But I saw this video, and I just thought, yep, this is this is great. I want to showcase this stuff because I think it's just it's very creative. It's a good and fun idea, and it's a good and fun way to play around with what we've given you essentially. And there's some good camera work in this thing as well, I gotta say. So I think the sort of central location is meant to be the sort of bioengineering hub, and then they get sort of transported by air into their enclosures. But we see one of the carnivores at least walking around here, Innovation Center, in the middle, of course, and lots of marine viewing galleries, so they can see all the marine reptiles swimming around. Okay, this final one comes to us from National Jurassic, also over on YouTube. I mean, all these are YouTube videos. This one's called Cretaceous Australia, which they've taken some of the animals found in the game who are found in Australia and basically just made sort of a little story out of all this. So it's it's basically just sort of a mood piece, I guess, where they showcase some of these different dinosaurs in their what we would assume them to be their natural habitat. And it's a lovely little video.
Yeah, it's really nice.
It does end with an Allosaurus attack, but we're not going to get to that.
Okay, we spoiled the end of it.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No point in watching it now. Thanks, Jens. But no, it's really good, especially giving that kind of, with the rain coming and kind of making that feel like it's a documentary type experience as well. It's really clever.
That is absolutely what it is, and I've seen a lot of sort of documentaries type things where people have recreated either specific eras or specific countries, or I think someone even did sort of a David Attenborough style voiceover in one, which just absolutely. Ignition says that this seems very cozy, and the setting is really, really good. Perfect use of lighting as well. Like it's really well done. Okay, so I think my final bit here was to talk a bit about the Ranger Danger competition. And if you're unfamiliar, we've been running a competition on our social channels and on our forums for the past month or so, in which we asked you, the community, to send in your pictures of Ranger teams in danger, basically. And I think as a final bit here, we're going to take a look at some of the entries that we got. Now, these aren't all the entries we got, and we did get more than the ones that I'm going to be showing here. But the ones we got, all really, really good. But I wanted to highlight some of them, like this one, which, I mean, if you have a park with 2 Indoraptors,
it's not going to go well.
It's probably not going to go all that well, unfortunately. But yeah, this is it's essentially pictures taken moments before disaster, or during, or right after. And I think we can just sort of go through them bit by bit here. I think this one was really, really good. I mean, there's no way you're walking away from that. Unless you're in a video game in which you just disappear and then you can be rehired. Heather says there's trouble with the capital G. There's a lot of sort of the sort of must go faster type images, and I love the stone cold expression on the Rangers, because like they know what they're about.
They've been through this stuff.
They've been through this.
They know what they're doing. It's not the first day.
Do you think you'd be able to hack it as a Ranger?
No.
No?
No.
Ranger Rich?
No, I'd be out of there so quickly.
This one I think also is really, really good. The lighting is
It's good.
amazing use of lighting. And just, it feels very, it feels like something out of a movie. Yep. There's a lot of, I think most of these have big carnivores attacking rangers because that's obviously what you would go for in this sort of competition. Not a lot of rangers being harassed by herbivores. They seem to be a bit more chill when it comes to...
It's really hard for a compy to roll a 4x4, to be fair.
Yeah. But I'm thinking like an Ankylosaurus, for example,
Yeah.
with the big sort of hammer tail.
Yeah.
But I also like the fact that the herbivores are they're the chill species. Generally, sometimes they might fight each other, but you know they're able to tolerate.
They just want to walk around and eat some grass.
Yeah,
they
eat grass, ferns, all that stuff.
Keep them on.
Yep, just stone cold. I've got a flare. I know how to use it.
Just changing the color grade as well, so it's black and white. Just makes it just really nice.
I love it. I think it's great. It's just. Yeah, it's like a Mexican standoff. It's like...
It's really tickled me, that one.
I think this is meant to be a Lost World reference, which I always appreciate a good movie reference.
Yes, Eddie Carr's death in The Lost World is...
Harrowing.
Yeah. God, it was just...
Okay, I have to ask, though. So when you have two T-Rexes,
yes,
and they go to a carnivore feeder, not a goat, but a regular carnivore feeder,
yes,
they can sometimes have this interaction where one of them lifts up a big piece of meat and the other one... Is that a reference to Eddie Carr's...
I don't know if it was consciously a reference to that, but there is a chance that the animation team did do that, yeah.
Okay, because I remember when footage from that level came out. At least on Reddit, there was a lot of speculation about, is this a reference to
it could be
Eddie Carr? So it could definitely be.
No one, if it was, no one's ever told me, but I won't put it past them. They're very clever people. They love these films, this franchise, so it wouldn't surprise me. But yeah.
Let's take a look. Yeah. Again, very menacing. Love the stone cold nature of the ranger. He's going to observe and status check these dinosaurs no matter what happens. And there's some really good nighttime shots in this competition as well that I really, really appreciate, and especially this one because that Spinosaurus looks absolutely menacing, like they always do. But just there's something about it at night when it's just lit up with just the
You're
headlights.
definitely backing that vehicle up to get out of there.
Yeah, and like you can see the door has already been ripped off, so this might not be the first encounter of the evening. Yep, there's the one we saw earlier. Venom made 144, so small Easter eggs are always cool. And there are a lot of really fun Easter eggs in Jurassic World Evolution 2, if you haven't seen them already. Again, this is probably not the first encounter this ranger has had with this specific dinosaur, but it's been... luckily they made it out so far, but this is very much a, all right, jam on the gas moment. This might be just this. I think this is one of the few sort of aftermath pictures we got, because those I think they're raptors. They look very much like raptors.
I think that's
or Indoraptors potentially. They're not messing around anymore with these DFW rangers.
They've already messed around with one. They're moving on to the other one.
So let's see. Rionad from Twitch says, first time here, what should I expect? What's the show layout like? Well, today we're doing a community spotlight where we're showcasing some of the screenshots and videos and wonderful creations that you, the community, have made. And sometimes we do Let's Plays here as well. And we might do one next week, in fact. And that's basically it. But show layout, welcome. And we might be wrapping up soon because we're about the end of our hour. This is also a really good one. It's just capturing the sheer size of these dinosaurs and just, it feels like one of those like objects in the mirror, maybe closer than they appear, because this feels like it's literally breathing down the dude's neck.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know how
he doesn't even know.
I don't know how you missed that thing coming up behind you.
Yeah.
But I know, sometimes those dinosaurs can be sneaky.
It's true.
Very, very sneaky. I think that was the end of the slideshow there, and I think that...
What a great competition, though. Just
absolutely.
so many great shots.
Yeah. That's a nice shot. If this isn't called Mommy's Very Angry, I shall be disappointed. I don't think... there's I'm not saying this to shame our community, because they've really given us some amazing screenshots. Very, very large lack of just titles on these things. There's a lot of just like Jurassic World Evolution 2 or just Ranger Danger. I think, just some titles would be fun.
For the next competition that's done, if you're going to send anything to Jens and team, just remember to put a title on.
Just give it a title.
Oh, really? Thank you.
But yeah, some incredibly amazing stuff from the community. I always love seeing all the things that you share, whether it be on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, on the streams that you do on Twitch, the stuff you do on Reddit and on our forums. And I hope you've enjoyed this spotlight into some of the amazing things you've shown. What do you think, Rich?
They're great. As we said at the earlier the show, myself and the team, we do look at all the socials and the Reddits, and they're always great to see. You know, Jens and the team do great reports for us as well, but we always go out and we're always watching watching videos or looking at screenshots as well. So it's always great to see what you guys have been doing with the game. It's very inspiring to us to see the game in your hands and see what you're making. So yeah, it's really great.
We absolutely love to see it, but this takes us to the end of our hour here with today's live stream, so I think we're going to call it there and start wrapping up. Don't forget to follow Jurassic World Evolution on all our social channels. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Rich, for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you to everyone who sent in entries in our Ranger Danger competition. And finally, Jurassic World Evolution 2 is now on sale on Steam in the Lunar New Year at 35% off. And you can also pick up the Deluxe Edition and the Deluxe Edition Upgrade for 35% off. So if you haven't jumped in already, now is a perfect opportunity to do so. And maybe all the things we've shown you today will offer you a bit of inspiration for how you can build your own dinosaur park. But yeah, we will see you guys next week, where we will most likely be digging into some chaos theory mode, which I'm very much looking forward to. I can't wait to build Jurassic Park. And until then, from Rich, from myself, from the mods in chat, goodbye.